Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Darcy. Oh, we got DB and working this morning, so can't chance, and we're late. Yes, there isn't much of a we this morning. Darcy had something come up, and she's not going to be able to join us. So we have fake Darcy in today, sitting in, doing her fake Darcy stuff like normal. So we'll just kind of get started. Let's see. I think I have a screen in front of something that I need to move. All right. And another screen. Okay. Now I get to watch chat, listen to nothing. I need some music in my headphones or something. Oh. We have I was trying to come up with a color for the chimps. We have an alert this morning. There has been a kidnapping from three chimpanzees kidnapped for ransom from a Congo sanctuary. So I was thinking they could be like a brown alert or something, maybe, whenever we have chimp kidnappings. But we need to be on the lookout if you've seen these three chimps. We got one more picture to show. If you happen to have seen these three chimps anytime in the last 24 hours, please alert local authorities and they will handle the situation accordingly. But 2 weeks ago, Roxanne, the co-founder of Jack Primate Rehabilitation Center in the Republic of Congo, awoke before sunrise to the buzzing of incoming WhatsApp messages. Someone had sent her a disturbing video showing two baby chimpanzees scuttering across a squalid dirt floor strewn with toppled furniture. The video panned across the room to show a third chimpanzee standing on a dresser with her arms chained over her head. Wow, that's a pretty sad image. Let's go back to the other chimp. Oh, where am I standing? I gotta see. Hold on a sec. Let's fix this. Let's go to. Yeah, there we go. In three voice messages, the senders threatened to kill the chimpanzees unless she paid them a six-figure sum. They also threatened to kill her and kidnap her two children. Well, this is really not going well. I wonder what happened. She recognized the chimpanzees, of course, as her own, as Bongo, Caesar, and Hussein. I don't know. The animals had just been abducted from the Jack, a wildlife sanctuary that Miss Chantreux, a Belgian citizen, runs with her French husband. We'll call him Frank. Looks like Frank. Yeah, that sounds French. Frank. The center provides a haven for 40 chimpanzees, 64 monkeys of 14 species, all rescued from Congo's illegal wildlife trade. You need a little better security, but let's see where this story goes. Yeah, it sucks. No longer feels secure. Yeah, definitely not. But you're fighting the traffickers, and they're kind of bad people. So you just need a little better security. But let's see. Did anybody come to the rescue? Doesn't look like it. The armed guards see. So they do have security. Here's what happened with the security. Jack's overnight armed guards said they had seen and heard nothing on the evening of the abduction. And investigators also found no evidence of forced entry. So the criminals may have been an inside job, is what they're thinking. But it doesn't look like they found the monkeys yet. So if you happen to see, there's one of them. Let's see, which one's this one? This one is manga. And here we go with Hussein. Or Hussein. I like that one. Hussein. And then we got Caesar, who looks like he's the wild one. He's just climbing trees, being a regular old monkey. Alright. Well, hopefully they find him soon, or just pay the ransom and get better security. Alright, we got another important alert for those contact wearers. Reusable contact lenses more than triple the risk of rare preventable eye infection. So, people who wear reusable contact lenses are nearly 4 times as likely as those wearing daily disposables to develop a rare sight-threatening eye infection. Well, I guess I'm one of those people. That sucks. What's up? I've had eye infections probably from that. People who wear the reusable lenses are nearly 4 times as likely as those. Yeah, we've already said that. This microbial corneal infection, a condition that results in inflammation of the cornea. They're generally safe, but are associated with small risk of this, most commonly caused by bacteria, which is the only sight-threatening complication of their use. Given an estimated 300 million people across the globe wear contact lenses, it is important to know how to minimize their risk for developing keratitis. Contact lens use is now the leading... Okay, we've said this over and over. They use 200 patients. But what can we do to help ourselves? And previous studies have linked AK to wearing contact lenses in hot tubs, swimming pools, or lakes. And there we have added showers to that list, underlining that exposure to any water when wearing lenses should be avoided. Public pools, coastal authorities could help reduce the risk by advising against swimming in contact lenses. That's what I do. So maybe that's what I need to not do. But then I won't be able to see. It'll be scary. I'll be blind. I'll have to get like prescription goggles. Yeah. But I totally agree. Totally agree. You shouldn't wear them in those types of areas. We have another alert. Indoor air quality experiments show exposure risks while cooking and cleaning. When you're cooking or cleaning inside your home, what chemicals are you breathing? Are they potentially harmful? Chemists have given us a solid start on the answer. A large collaborative research experiment recently attempted to map the airborne chemicals of a typical home. Researchers performed typical home activities like cooking and cleaning, and used sophisticated instrumentation to document the chemistry that resulted. And it looks like from the variety of compounds measured during the study, there emerged the usual suspects like benzene and formaldehyde in varying quantities. The lesser known acetylene, which is a pulmonary toxicant emitted by lumber and heating of fats, came to light as a potential compound of interest for further investigation. Another compound that emerged was isotonic acid, which is not well studied and is known to react with proteins in the human body. Researchers found that cooking activities produce larger amounts of potentially toxic compounds, similar to some seen in wildfire smoke, which made sense when you think of a wildfire as just an extreme form of cooking. Yeah, I can see that. So, bottom line, indoor air isn't going to kill you, but we do find that indoor air has many more and oftentimes higher levels known and potential air toxin versus outdoors, particularly when you're cooking. So turn on those overhead fans, vent. That will help. Don't breathe the good food aromas. What do you think, chat? Should everybody just stop cooking? Just eat nuts? I don't think Mr. Rogan would agree with that. That'd be hilarious if one day he turned into a vegan. Ooh, this one's interesting. This face mask can sense the presence of an airborne virus. So then, oh, yep, carry out. You're exactly right, Craig. let the restaurant cooks suffer the consequences of indoor cooking. Now they're going to be filing claims like those asbestos workers and the coal miners, and better that article is grounds for on the job work hazard stuff. Yeah, but carryouts actually started to finally get a little more expensive. For a while it was on the cheaper side, but now they've, the restaurants' inflation prices have creeped into more than just the expensive places. Has anyone else noticed that? Not like terribly, I'm not talking a lot, but it did seem like carryout was a cheaper alternative than the store at one point. And now it seems like they're starting to even out a little more. Alright, this face mask can sense who's dirty or not. Or, I'm sorry, the presence of an airborne virus. The unofficial symbol of the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, yeah, face masks. An unofficial symbol of the COVID-19 pandemic are leveling up. A face mask outfitted with special oh great, we're just going to be throwing more electronics away now. Can detect SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID, and other airborne viruses within 10 minutes of 10 minutes of exposure. I guess if you're breathing it out, maybe that would work. Materials researcher Ying Fang and colleagues report September 19th in Matter. The lightness and wearability of this face mask allows users to wear it anytime, anywhere. It's expected to serve as an early warning system to prevent large outbreaks of diseases, respiratory infectious diseases. They can hitch a ride between hosts and the air droplets that people breathe in and out. People infected with respiratory illness can expel thousands, even with no signs of being sick, and sometimes can pass them. Yep, that's what they call those super spreader people, That's where everybody's at risk, because everybody can be sick and infecting. But now we have technology to show who those people are. They designed a special sensor that reacts to the presence of certain viral proteins in the air and attached to the face mask. The team then spritz droplets containing proteins produced by the viruses that could cough might contain 10 to 80 times as much than what they put on there. Ultimately, researchers plan for such signals to be sent to the wearer's phone or the government to come swoop you up and take you to the sick camps. Yeah, that's so funny. Not that they ever would, that would never happen. All right, a little more fun story. We have Video that shows the first fox known to fish for food. Red foxes and wolves are not the only canids known to fish. It's like canines, but I don't know. Oh, because they're not a canine, yeah. But a wolf would be. I don't know. Oh, I get to scroll and you guys just get to see the one picture. Let's go down. We need to go down on this one. There we go. The fox furrows inches from his paw, frenzied, spawning carp writhered in the shallow water along a reservoir shore. Oh, that's kind of a tongue twister. In a sudden flash of movement, the fox dove nose first into the water, emerging with a large carp wriggling in his mouth. In March 2016, two researchers in Spain watched as a male red fox stalked and caught 10 carp over a couple hours. I would sit there and watch that too. It'd be awesome. You're just kind of chilling. You're like, whoa, watch this fox. I wonder if they were even following the fox. Maybe they were researching the fish. The event described in a study published August 18th in Ecology. Oh, it's been a while since I published this. Seemed to be the first recorded instance of a fox fishing, the researchers say. The discovery makes red foxes just the second type of canid, the group that includes wolves and dogs, known to hunt fish. Seeing the fox hunting carp one after another was incredible. We have been studying this species for years, but we have never expected something like this. So they were studying the fox. Tobias and his colleague Francisco Diaz-Ruiz, yeah, I guess, of the University of Malaga, stumbled across the fishing fox while surveying a site for a different project. Oh, okay. The fox first caught their attention because it didn't immediately flee when it spotted the researchers, because he likes fish. He's like, man, this is easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Seizing up with opportunity, Tobias and Diaz-Ruiz, we're going to call him DR, decided to hide nearby to see what the fox was up to. Their curiosity turned into excitement after the fox caught his first fish. The most surprising thing was to see how the fox hunted many carp without making any mistakes. This made us realize it surely was not the first time he had done it. Alright, let's watch this video. Okay, we'll flip over. Let's see, I'm going to shift me. Let's go full screen. Can we go full screen? Yeah, there we go. We'll leave this there. Oh, got it. Oh, got away. No, he's like, it's dinner. Sushi. It's kind of funny. I like fish. Fish is good. It's easy. It's an easy fish. And he's licking his lips. Instead of immediately guzzling down the fish, the fox hid most of his catch and appeared to share at least one fish with a female fox, possibly its mate. So he caught like 10 and he shared one with his woman. It's funny. Or he hid the other ones and he's like, oh, here, honey, I only caught one. And then he's got his other 9 for her later. That's so bad. Or for his other ladies. Fish remains have been spotted in the scat of foxes before, but scientists weren't sure whether foxes had caught the fish themselves or were simply scavenging dead fish. This research confirms that some foxes fish for their food. That's really interesting. All right, what do we got up next? Saturn's ring and tilt could be the product of an ancient missing moon. What? A grazing encounter may have smashed the moon into bits to form Saturn's rings, a new study suggests. Scientists propose a lost moon of Saturn, which they call Chrysalis, pulled on the planet until it ripped apart, forming the rings and contributing to Saturn's tilt. Swirling across the planet's equator, the rings of Saturn are a dead giveaway that the planet is spinning at a tilt. The belt giant rotates at a 26.7 degree angle relative to the plane in which it orbits the Sun. Astronomers have long suspected that this tilt comes from a gravitational interaction with its neighbor Neptune, as Saturn's tilt precesses like a spinning top nearly at the same rate. I don't know. Saturn's tilt precesses? But like a spinning top at nearly the same rate as the orbit of Neptune. But new modeling suggests that a new modeling study by astronomers at MIT and elsewhere have found that the two planets may have once been in sync. Saturn has since escaped Neptune's pole. Ooh, Neptune's going to be mad. What was responsible for this planetary realignment? The team has one meticulously tested hypothesis: a missing moon. In a study appearing in Science, a team proposes that Saturn, which today hosts 83 moons, once harbored at least one more, an extra satellite that they named Chrysalis. Together with its siblings, researchers suggest that Chrysalis orbited Saturn for several billion years, pulling and tugging on the planet in a way that kept its tilt obliquely in Renaissance with Neptune. See, I need Darcy. She helps me pronounce stuff. But then this little moon smashed into it, they think, and that created the rings, because that's its debris still spinning around, and tilted the planet. So it's really not Saturn's fault. But Neptune can't be outdone. So it was like, since Saturn's in the news, I need to be in the news too. And here is the first direct look at Neptune's rings in more than 30 years. Here's the before. This is what we had before. That was a direct look. When the Voyager 2 flew past in 1989. And now we have this picture. Humankind is seeing Neptune's rings in a whole new light thanks to the JWST, James Webb Space Telescope, for those that don't know what the JWST stands for. In an infrared image released September 21st, Neptune and its gossamer diadems of dust take on an ethereal, man, they're just killing me today, against the inky backdrop of space. The stunning portrait is a huge improvement over the ring's previous close-up, which was taken more than 30 years ago. Unlike the dazzling belts encircling Saturn, Neptune's rings appear dark and faint in visible light, making them difficult to see from Earth. The last time anyone saw Neptune's rings was in 1989, when the Voyager 2 was tearing past the planet, snapped a couple of grainy photos from its roughly 1 million kilometers away. Yeah, it didn't look good. But you could see the rings, and then it continued into interplanetary space. But the JWST, with its infinite coolness, has been able to snap this really cool picture. What does everyone think? Pretty cool? Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. JWST is paying off with new pretty pictures. Or maybe they're just fake. Maybe the Stable Diffusion computer AI is just making this. They're like, all right, our prompt is going to be, we're going to add some rings to Neptune. And that's what it came up with. They were like, make the picture better. Okay, we're going to take a quick little break. And let's see, let's flip back over here. And turn on our break music. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, we'll be back in a couple minutes. Or I will, and Fake Darcy, I guess she can entertain you for a minute. All right. We are back. got a like. Oh, that's awesome. Darcy needs to record some jokes. That would be cool. Oh, we got some new exciting things coming. I can give a preview what I think we're gonna hook up. Before we get into our seasons, we have tons of information about seasons. You guys, yeah, everyone can see all those tabs. Lots more pictures to come. I hope everyone still likes our new format with just doing the pictures. Do appreciate feedback. Anytime anybody wants to, please drop a line here on our website in the little chat box or on the contact page. Just click on this button, what's on your mind, and you can get, oh, I'm doing it on the wrong screen. Let's do it over here. Click on the contact page, and then if you click on the little button, you can get a hold of us. Drop us a comment. Any suggestions, encouraging words, non-encouraging words, whatever you would like. It would just be interesting to read. But we think we're going to go with, oh man, now I forgot what it is called. Nope, not going to find it. Too bad. You'll have to wait another week. I totally spaced what it's called. It's kind of like, it's stream effects, basically. And stream elements, maybe that's what the name of it is. And we'll be able to get a little more interactivity and cool pictures for people. So maybe that'll play into the jokes. We'll be able to do like button pushes and have Darcy's jokes play. That would be kind of cool. That would be great. So what do we got coming up? We have the seasons. How many people know what seasons are? If you live in areas near the equator, you probably don't have much of a season, right? It's just always summer, or summer and less summer. I don't know, more summer. You might have degrees of summer. Is that your seasons? It's just like hotter, hottest. I know sometimes there's a rainy season. So I guess it would depend on where you live, what you define as a season. But we have, what's this? That's not the one I want. That's funny. It didn't give me my first picture. I have to open it and put it in. I'll put it in right there. Yep. All right. Typically, you would define your seasons as spring, summer, autumn, and winter, or fall instead of autumn, for those that like to use that shorter word. I don't know. What would be the difference between fall and autumn when you're describing it? Maybe fall isn't really defined as the season word, and autumn's a better descriptor. Does anybody have any thoughts on that? The year of the Earth was divided into 4 seasons. There are 4 seasons in a year, which are summer, autumn, winter, and spring. The seasons cause significant changes in the weather and our environment. The summer is hot and the winter is cold. Leaves change their color to pale yellow in the autumn. That's what we're experiencing right now. Is autumn. Seasons are also the lifestyle of human and animals. Change the lifestyle of human and animals. For example, we cover our bodies with jackets and coats, while we used to wear thin fabric clothes in the summer. Summer is the hottest among the 4 seasons. In this season, the days are longer than the nights. When summer arrives in the southern hemisphere, then it is winter in the northern hemisphere. Many crops, like wheat, are harvested near the summer end. Autumn is the conversion period between summer and the winter. the season arrives as the summer ends. In this season, the temperature starts to drop until winter arrives. The leaves of the trees fall and change their color to pale yellow. Winter is the coldest season. Oh, I'm not going through them like I should. All right, here we go. Here was summer. I guess it changed for a second. And then we had autumn. Oh, those are pretty leaves. And then we have winter, the coldest. It snows in many places during the winter. We change our lifestyle to live comfortably in the winter. We try to insulate our bodies with coats to keep our bodies warm. Many people enjoy drinking coffee in the winter. The nights of the winter are longer than the day. Many animals migrate from one place to the other to reach warmer areas. And then, much like autumn, spring is the conversion period between summer and winter. But this time, the temperature starts to increase in the spring. It is very beautiful. It is the very beautiful season. Yeah, I'm reading it right. It is the very beautiful season among the others. I'd call it is the most beautiful season among all the others. It is sometimes called the season of regrowth. In this season, trees start to grow new leaves and seem to come to their lives again. What's everyone's favorite season? Any thoughts out there? I'm going to go with, I used to like winter the most, but as I've gotten older, I can see why people say it gets colder as you get older. And that's why the older people go to, for many other reasons too, like stiff bones and muscles and stuff, go to the warmer areas. Oh, we got DB says summer. And then we got Craig saying late summer to fall. That's a nice temperature time. I'd say, yeah, I'm going to go with summer too. I'm liking summer because there's lots to do. You can kind of do stuff. But I don't know. I'm still partial to winter. I'm on the evens. But the temperatures are so much nicer in the fall. I do totally agree, where it's kind of warm during the day, but then it gets cooler in the evening. That's my particular favorite of the fall time. But I like surfing, so I need summer. It's chilly. I don't want to go surfing right now. It's cold out. Okay. What do we got? Do we got another picture on this? Yep, we do. Cool. Seasons occur because of the tilt of the Earth's axis. The axis of rotation of the Earth is not straight, but slightly tilted, which gives rise to the seasons. So it looks like we have a 23.5 degree tilt. Longer days in the summer. Yeah. That is kind of nice. I don't know. I like nighttime too. I like getting up at night. It's just fun. Not too late, because bad things happen really late at night. It's crazy if you stay up past midnight. Everybody should be in bed by midnight, right, Craig? How do the seasons change? Our Earth completes one revolution in the orbit of the Sun around 1 year, 365 days. The sunlight that each part of the Earth receives changes as the Earth's move in the orbit. This is what DB was talking about. This is because of the tilt of the Earth axis and rotation. Due to this, the sun points the northern hemisphere for half the year and the southern hemisphere for the second half. As a result, the seasons of the Earth change. The season of the northern hemisphere is the opposite to that of the southern. Interesting facts. Plants lose their leaves in autumn in response to decreasing length of day. That is, it's not temperature based, it's because of the length of the day. Animals find winter hard because it is difficult. That's not really an interesting fact. I guess, but animals find the winter hard because it is difficult for them to find food. Plants produce fruits and vegetables in their season. Eating seasonal fruits and vegetables will make you healthy. Some trees remain green in all 4 seasons. These trees are called evergreen trees. That wasn't a joke, but I just found it funny. Alright. We got some... Is that where that picture ended up? I think that was the earlier picture I wanted, right? Yeah. I'll close that. Alright, we got a boring kind of picture, but you should see what I'm reading. It's really small and lots of words. And that was the best picture out of the whole thing. There was a chart, some Excel spreadsheet stuff. But this one talks about why do we have seasons. Let's see, it talks all about the tilt of the earth. Why does the tilt of the earth's axis matter to our weather? To understand this, take a piece of paper and a flashlight. Shine the light from the flashlight straight onto the paper. You'll see an illuminated circle. All of the light in the flashlight is in that circle. Now slightly tilt the paper so that the circle elongates into an ellipse. All the light is still in that ellipse, but the ellipse is spread out over more paper. The density of light drops. In other words, the amount of light per square centimeter drops. Because as it gets away from, as it's going up. The same is true for the Earth. When the Earth is overhead, the light is falling straight on you. So more light, more heat hit each square centimeter of the ground. When the sun is lower in the sky, the light gets spread out over the surface. Less heat can be absorbed. And the Earth's axis is tilted. The sun's higher when you are on the part of the Earth where the axis point is more towards the sun, and lower on the part where the axis point is away from the sun. Wow. Pretty simply explained, right? Because if you do that experiment, you'll see, it isn't as intense at the top part of that ellipse. So as the Earth rotates, you get closer to the shinier part, and then at one point you're further away. And it just literally just doesn't heat you. Pretty easy. So why are sunrise and sunset not exactly 12 hours apart on the equinox? Day and night are not exactly of equal length at the time of March and September equinoxes. The dates at which the day and night are each 12 hours occur a few days before and after the equinoxes. The specific dates for this occurrence are different for different latitudes. I don't understand this one. Just saying it separates by 12 minutes on those days. Kind of interesting. Is it true you can stand an egg on end during the spring equinox? The answer is yes. However, you can stand an egg on end with a large amount of patience on any day of the year. So the answer is yes, because you can do it anytime. So, nope. The reason for that is they're saying that there's a gravitational reason, but it's not true. All right. What do we got? We got, in many parts of the world, the seasons are made up of 4 different seasons. That's just another picture when everybody's in summer and winter. There's a nice pretty picture. Three reasons why we have seasons. The Earth has seasons because the axis is tilted, because of the revolution, because the Earth revolves around the sun, and the North Pole always points the same direction. I guess that would be good. If it was like a wobbly one, it'd be interesting. All right. 20 things you didn't know about the seasons. Don't look to Pete Seeger's lyric Turn, Turn, Turn. I don't understand that reference. To explain the seasons. It's really tilt, tilt, tilt. Yeah, because, okay, so we knew that. Contrary to popular belief, the Earth's distance from the Sun, which changes along its elliptical orbit, has nothing to do with seasonal differences in temperature and sunlight. Okay. That's interesting. I would have guessed that as it got closer in its orbit, it would have had something to do with it. But they're saying no. Because the orbit shifts over a roughly 100,000 year cycle. However, and at its most extreme, may increase solar radiation by up to 30%. There's only saying maybe. Most astronomers believe that 4.5 billion years ago, a Mars-sized body knocked into our young planet, causing the axial tilt. By the way, that tilt varies over a 40,000 year cycle from 22 to 24 degrees. More tilt means hotter summers, colder winters. Decreased tilt, less extreme swings. Scientists don't know yet. I'm going to switch positions. Let's see. There we go. Go back to the other one. Scientists don't know yet how common wobbly planets like ours are. But Earth's seasonality may help them find signs of life elsewhere. Current exoplanet. Let's see. They're talking just about gas. Why is there life on Earth? On Earth, for example, carbon dioxide levels are lower in the summer when most planets are actively absorbing it than in winter when vegetation dies or goes dormant. Animals, meanwhile, have a host of seasonal adaptations and strategies such as migrations, which may mean a change in altitude, latitude, or hemisphere. Birds are perhaps the most famous migrators, including the Arctic tern, which flies from the far northern breeding grounds to Antarctica and back again every year. Wow. So it flies from the top to the bottom every year. That's pretty crazy. Marine animals migrate also. If they don't move geographically, seasonal Seasonal changes in oxygen levels force many fish, crustacean mollusks to relocate higher or lower within the water column. Like hibernation, which is an adaptation strategy for prolonged cold. Oh, yeah, so they're talking about like hibernation, but occurs during hot or dry seasons. So there's also that type of adaptation in animals. Depending on species, they burrow into the soil, find permanent moisture, or even securing their own comfy mucus. Ugh. Some insects have evolved seasonal variation with a single population. For example, in temperate climates, worker bees born in spring and summer live for a few weeks, rearing brood and foraging for nectar and pollen. In the same colony, however, winter workers, which emerge as foraging opportunities decline in autumn, may live for 6 months or more. These winter bees spend most of their time in a cluster around the queen to keep warm. So the spring bees are the short-lived ones, and the winter bees live longer. It's kind of what you would think would be the opposite, but I guess they got to make it through the winter because it wouldn't be easy to make babies during that time, maybe. Too much energy exerted. Let's see, any other interesting ones? Released in November, the National Climate Assessment noted the wildfire season in the U.S. has already lengthened, in part due to prolonged drought. The period of risk is also expanding in many other countries as the planet warms, largely because of human activity. The global cyclone season, meanwhile, has become more intense in the Atlantic, shows signs of increasing activity. Oh, that doesn't sound great. Read another article, see if there's anything else. Does anybody have any cool fall plans? What's everybody's favorite thing to do in the fall? Autumn is derived from the French, which came from the Latin autumnus, the Roman name for this season. While Americans typically use the word fall, the British use the word autumn, though both terms date around the 16th century. Before these terms, the period was called harvest. Watch football? Yeah, that's something that's nice to do in the fall. I think, in a way, I don't know. Being outside is nice, but it's tricky. Because what are you gonna? I don't know. There's not as much. I guess doing some of the fall festivals would be nice. Look at the colors. Yeah, I know. Rake leaves. I don't want to say that because that like sucks. Uh, Raking leaves. No, 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 no. But yeah, because the fall time just have my favorite thing in the fall is having the windows open because the temperature is nice. That would be my favorite thing. The spring, it's kind of rainy, so then and I like the spring too. The spring one's nice too. Those two times, that's my favorite things. I guess having the windows open and then letting the breeze blow through, do whatever. But yeah, being outside, enjoying it. This other article just gave us the where the word autumn came from. So it came from the French. And fall is an American word, or American used word. Autumn would be elsewhere. And before those words were used, harvest. Monarch butterflies spend the summer in North America before migrating south. In England, people gather at Stonehenge to see the summer solstice. Druids and pagans are among those who celebrate the longest day of the year at this notable place. Summer came from the Old English name for that time of year, Sumol. In turn came the... Here, I can throw up some pictures. Oh, took the wrong one. Sorry, one. There we go. That's a pretty one. This in turn came from the Proto-Germanic Somol. I don't know. Which itself, okay, European. So summer's I guess a European type name. Before spring was called spring, it was called Lent in Old English. That's interesting. Starting in the 14th century, that time of year was called springtime, a reference to plants springing from the ground. Springing time. And this got shortened to springtime, and then further just got shortened to spring. That's kind of funny. Springing time. There's a nice, pretty one. It's probably no coincidence that early Egyptians built the Great Sphinx so it points directly towards the rising sun on the day of the vernal equinox. The highest snowfall ever recorded in a 1 year period was 31.1 meters, 1,224 inches in Mount Rainier, Washington State, in the United States, between February 19th, 1971 and February 18th, 1972. That was a pretty snowy year. Getting 1,200 inches of snow that year. Hope you had a good shovel. Winter temperatures in Omaken, Russia average minus 50 degrees Celsius, and that would be minus 58 Fahrenheit. The remote village is generally considered the coldest inhabited area on Earth. It's a 2-day drive from Yakutsk, the regional capital, which has the lowest winter temperatures of any city in the world. That's cold. Minus 58. Woo! Next time you're complaining about your winter, think of that place. Different parts of the earth have different seasons. That's not very much. Oh, I was just talking about the southern hemisphere. But what about other planets? Do we think other planets have good seasons? I think each planet in the solar system has seasons. Earth has 4 seasons. Most planets do too. They are called winter, spring, summer, and fall. We're pretty inventive there. What is the same about the seasons on other planets? Only their names. That's so funny. We don't have any cooler names for planets. The seasons are different on each planet. On Venus, seasons are short. On Saturn, a season can last for 7 years. And on Mercury, you can't even tell when one season ends and the next one begins. It's because it probably only has one season. That's funny. Pluto is too far away, so we don't know about its seasons. This chart shows how long the seasons last. Imagine living on Neptune. So we're just looking at. That's not a very good picture. I wanted to look at just. Let's see, open image. No, that don't let me. Oh, there we go. This is so tiny. It's a little baby one. There we go. A little bit bigger. So we have the length of the season. Okay, we're going to take a guess. I'll read Uranus and Neptune last. How long do you think the season lasts on those two planets? We have Venus, who is at 55 to 58 days. That's how long a season lasts on Venus. How long do you think Uranus and Neptune, just put a U and a dash in the number of years, and then an N, a dash in the number of years. How long does a season, and I'm giving you a hint. So think of it in years. And then we have Earth is 90 to 93 days. Mars is 7 months per season. Jupiter is 3 years. Saturn, 7 years per season. So if that was somebody's guess, you might want to readjust your guess. And next will be Uranus. Any guesses out there? I know Craig's working, so it's hard for him to guess. DB, we still got you. All right, you can give it away. Uranus, a season lasts 20 years. Imagine being in winter for 20 years. But then, if you go out to take a trip to Neptune, they could be in their seasons for up to 40. It says more than 40 years. You could have a 40-year summer. That would be the best. Depending on how they go around the sun, if they're in opposite times, you could, once we start getting space travel, and if you could travel to Uranus, I know they're not friendly planets, and Neptune. Maybe we like build some kind of building inside of them that can survive whatever's going on. But they would be in their season for 40 years. That'd be interesting. Once you get to other planets, you'd just move. Once it's not summer anymore, you'd start planning your moves, sell your house. But then probably everybody would be doing that. Or you'd have your summer house and your winter house, and you would just, that would be interesting. But, then it just gets packed up and you move to a different planet. It'll be interesting once we get interplanetary travel. Here's another article about what are seasons like on other planets. Do other planets in our solar system have seasons like we do on Earth? The answer, not really. But many of them do have interesting seasonal changes. Seasons are all about axial tilt. Whether the planet in orbit is tilted towards or away from the sun. Some planets like Mercury have almost no tilt, so they're stuck in an everyday hellish cycle of hot and cold. The planet with seasons most comparable to ours, unsurprisingly, is Mars, which has a similar axial tilt to Earth. The thin Martian atmosphere means that the temperatures reach extreme highs and lows. However, Martians' winters get cold enough to freeze CO2, creating ice caps that melt and refreeze through the seasons, much like ours. What do you know? Mars is the most like Earth. Still, another win for them. They have seasons. But if you're on Mercury, you're just going to get hot and cold, hot and cold. No middle ground. No change. As you get out further in the solar system, the planets take so long to rotate the sun and even to complete a day that the idea of seasons gets a little wacky. But on planets like Neptune, the slow-moving seasons still change the weather, creating massive storms some gas giants are known for. It just takes 40 Earth years or so to happen. Tiny Pluto's elliptical orbit brings it very close to and very far away from the sun, giving it super seasons, depending on the tilt of the planet. None of these alien seasons sound particularly appealing to us, accustomed as we are to our mild and short Earth seasons. But with all the exoplanets out there, it's not impossible that one day we'll discover a planet with pleasant seasons like the ones we enjoy here. Don't drive and text. That's horrible. Oh no. He wouldn't do that. He pulled over. And then he texted. And then he got back on the road, of course. Well, that is all I have for today. Does anybody have anything that they would? Oh wait, I can show something. I was gonna try to show. I was using stable diffusion to try to generate to take Darcy's job. To generate some art. Let's see if I can show you it. Alright, so I gotta show this. Alright, how do I show this? Let's see. Give me a second. I think I can do it. Gotta add a source. Let's see. Image. Media source. No, that's not what I wanted. And window. That's what I'll need. Window capture. Yeah, there we go. Why is it not showing anything? I picked it. Automatic. Yeah, it's not being very nice. Why are you not displaying nicely? I'm gonna have to figure this out real quick. Let's see. One more try. Let's try this and add it Image slideshow. And we are going to go. I don't let me pick that cast links. Oh, it's just a single image file. I can't believe that one doesn't work. Oh well. I guess I don't get to show everybody the cool little stuff that we tried to make. Did that do anything? Oh, it's over here. This one. Screen browser now. Yeah, this little guy should be showing. Give me a second. We'll just waste time. We have nothing else to do. Does anybody have any funny jokes to tell? DB? Let's see if I can get it with the display capture. No. Oh well, I'll have to get better prepared for that. I want to show some of the cool AI stuff that we had been doing. But we'll have to show it next week. We'll figure that out. Let me see. Did DB come up with any kind of jokies? No. Alright. Well, thank you. Oh, I got an outro. Let's play the outro. Let's see if I can get that to work. Doo-doo-doo. Just look how I fix the title. That's so funny. Oh, I'm gonna switch positions. Oh, there's it. We don't have two choices. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see everyone next week.